Good morning and welcome to another fresh edition of the week on your program Inside Nigeria, a breakfast show where we discuss front headline stories and of course trending stories in a country and even beyond. My name is Winifred Weber, your host on the program. Today is July Monday 2025, and of course on this first segment briefly we're just going to be looking at what the papers are saying. Of course, it's a sad day for Nigeria. Nigeria month is past President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed away yesterday in a London clinic at about 4:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Of course, everybody's mourning, and as to be expected, the papers are awash with the celebration of the former president, one of the first presidents who actually passed away after office in this Fourth Republic. Rest in peace. First, we see what leadership has to say about the past president or late president, Muhammadu Buhari. He says, good night, Megeskia. His first opposition leader to defeat incumbent. His politics, life and times, timeline of his medical trips, 10 things he will be remembered for, special tributes by Femi Adesina, Garba Shehu. These are riders to the headline stories fully dedicated to the life and times of President Muhammadu Buhari. Good night, Megaskia. First opposition leader to defeat incumbent, his politics, life and times, timeline of his medical trips, and 10 things he will be remembered for. Special tributes by Femi Adesina, his former special advisor on public affairs, and Garba Shehu. Leading story today on leadership. It's a paper fully dedicated to the life and times of President Muhammadu Buhari. And atop the leadership masthead, special edition, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, 1942 to 2025. Tinubu, OBJ, IBB, Jonathan, AU, governors, others mourn. Shetima accompanies body from London for burial today. Flag at half-mast as president conveys FEC, that is Federal Executive Council meeting. Double blow, Oba Daytona, Buhari's longtime friend dies at 91. That story continues on page 19 of Leadership newspaper. It's also a trending story today and yesterday when the news broke that few hours after the past president's death, we also recorded another death of Oba Adetona, Buhari's longtime friend. He died at age 91. Quickly, we move to the stand in leadership today, and where it says criminals are not spirits. Today's stand in leadership. The Nigerian police force used to have an apt jingle, armed robber not be spirit. This is true as confirmed recently by the Katsina State Governor, Malam Diko Umaru Rada, who raised an alarm that most bandits tormenting the state are not outsiders but locals, none within their communities. As the chief security officer of the state, he should know. Rada further revealed a scary dimension to the unfortunate state of affairs when he gave figures to the fact that a staggering 90% of the criminals involved in banditry were homegrown and live within the communities they terrorized. In the meantime, we commend Governor Rada and others like him for taking the bull by the horns and tackling the morals from its very foundation. The setting up of the local security initiative in the state with the use as the arrowhead is a welcome development because it is viable as a source of employment for the youth, who in turn will see it as part of their duty to keep the machinery running smoothly. Today's stand in leadership. Now, without wasting much time, we move to, because today's leadership is especially dedicated to the life and times of President Muhammadu Buhari. Let's read some excerpts from his life. And don't forget, we also have a guest who is joining us virtually. He has to speak on the life and times of President Muhammadu Buhari. Let's take some excerpts from today's dedication. Nigeria's immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari, who was fondly called Baba Megaskia by his supporters, has died at the age of 82. Buhari's death was confirmed by his spokesperson, Malam Garba Shehu, on Sunday afternoon. He said the former president died at a hospital in the United Kingdom. Shehu's statement read, the family of the former president has announced the passing on of the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, this afternoon in a clinic in London. Buhari earned the Megaskia sobriquet due to his integrity and discipline in public and private life. Regarded as one of Nigeria's most consequential political leaders, Buhari was the first candidate to defeat an incumbent president, that is President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, pushing the frontiers of Nigeria's political experience. Let's see some parts of the life and times of Muhammadu Buhari, 1942 to 2025. After weeks of speculation about his health, the immediate past President Muhammadu Buhari passed away on July 13, 2025, aged 82, in a London clinic. His transition reflects another major chapter of Nigerian socio-political sojourn, one scripted in a long struggle for nationhood. Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired GCFR, was a former military ruler and two-time civilian president of Nigeria. A polarizing yet enduring figure in Nigerian political history, Buhari's life straddled the barracks and the ballot box, military discipline and democratic contest, national redemption and controversy. In his time, he enjoyed an unrivaled mass following in the North, which largely guided his politics. Now, viewers, we have joining us on virtual today our guest, Gerard Kachi, who is here to throw more light on the life and times of Muhammadu Buhari. And of course, we are looking at this politics, the economy under his 8-year administration. Gerard, good morning and welcome to the show.
If you can hear me.
Good morning. Good to have you on the program. Before he comments, let's go on with the life and times of Muhammadu Buhari, born on December 17, 1942 in Daura, Katsina State, then part of the northern region of British Nigeria. Muhammadu Buhari was the 23rd child of his father, Malam Ado Adamu, a Fulani chieftain. He lost his father at age 4 and was raised under the guardianship of Waziri Hassan, son of the Emir of Daura. Buhari's early education took place in Daura and Maidua before he attended the Katsina Middle School and then the Katsina Provincial Secondary School. Though originally interested in studying medicine, he was persuaded to join the military, setting him on the path that would define his life. Military career. Buhari entered the Nigerian Military Training College in 1962 at 19 and later trained in the UK at Mourn Officer Cadet School and the Army Mechanical Transport School. He rose swiftly through the ranks, serving in key military capacities during the Nigerian Civil War. He was involved in the 1966 counter-coup and led troops in pivotal battles, such as those in Ogoja and Onitsha. His post-war military trajectory included appointments as governor of the northeastern state, the first governor of Borno State, Federal Commissioner for Petroleum Resources, and chairman of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. By 1983, Buhari was general officer commanding the 3rd Armored Division stationed in Jos. Gerard, is it back? President 2015-2023. Gerard, good morning. Good morning, Gerard. It's good to have you on the show today, this morning, Monday. Yes, we can hear you clearly. Papers are dedicating today's publication to the life. Yes, we can hear you. Yes. Welcome to the show. Yes.
The former president.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, yes, to start with, I want to join the Nigerian government and the immediate family of former President Muhammadu Buhari, to extend my condolences and pray that God give them fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. It's an unfortunate reality that every living thing must face. But then we come to terms. What lives after us is the legacy we are talking about, the impact. It could be positive, it could be negative. But on this instance, with regards to former President Muhammad Buhari, it's a mixed feeling. Yesterday, when I received the news, the first thing I asked people around me is which of the Buharis that died, because there have been a lot of controversies about him. And of course, there's a popular adage that says that a strong man dies many times. So that can be replicated or represented in the case of former President Muhammad Buhari. And then you look at the legacies of what he did, especially part of the merits you can ascribe to him is massive infrastructural development, the second Niger bridge, the end power programs, the conditional cash transfer, etc., etc. But then if you look at some of the challenges we face under his watch, it appears like it far outweigh some of these legacies we are talking about. It was under him that we hear things that we would have ascribed or attributed to those in the 80s or even before independence, that a snake swallow money. It was under his watch. It was under his watch that we are told that rat pursue him out of office. Even though that just last week, Garba Shehu tried to downplay those talks. It was under him that our women were relegated into kitchen and under rooms. It was under him that our youths were tagged lazy youths. It was under him that we begin to hear comments of 97% over 5%, showing bias, ethnicity, bigotry, and what have you, that cause more division in our society. It was under him that we observe comments like dot in a circle, the dot in a hole, giving people language they understand, which led to Twitter, then now X, placing a ban or suspension on a presidential account, which in reciprocation led to banning of Twitter in Nigeria. It was under him that we used Naira to purchase Naira, that caused national crisis. It was under him that even the youth went on the street to demand end to police brutality. They were carrying Nigerian flags, singing Nigerian anthem. They were shot at, and it was denied. And they set up a judicial panel of inquiry. And at the end of the day, they were indicted. That people died, people were permanently disfigured. So if you put the pros and the cons together, it is neither here nor there. But what I can only say that God should forgive him his sins, accept his soul, and give the family fortitude to bear the loss.
We are still on the life and times of President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed away yesterday, Sunday, July 13, 2025, in a London clinic. Now, President Buhari came to the presidency on the matter of security and anti-corruption war. Now, how did he fare during his 8 years administration? What was his anti-corruption war? How did it end up? And what about his economic policies? How did it pan out in 8 years under his rule?
Yeah, well, we're starting with this.
Sorry, we are experiencing. Okay. Gerard, are you there?
Are you there?
Yes, I want you to throw
Yes, I can
light
hear
on
you
his
now.
campaign mantra, that is security and anti-corruption fight. How did it pan out 8 years under his administration? Oh, Gerard. Okay, we are just celebrating life and times of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you
Yes,
now.
I can hear you.
Yes, now go on.
Yes, I said that he came on the mantra of change,
Yes.
and that he has integrity. But then, under his watch, territories in Nigeria were occupied by terrorists. Under his watch, we saw rapid rise of kidnapping, banditry, farmers, herders clashes. And it's not something that we can hit our chest and say we actually achieve a tangible remark with regards to security. You talk about economy, it was under his watch that we saw Nigerians subjected into depression as a result of economic policy that sometimes it can be somersaulting. The Naira currency redesign that caused national crisis to the point that even Supreme Court gave judgment against it, but they did not obey that court judgments or orders. So it caused a lot of job losses, and wiped away the middle class that Nigerians used to have. So I don't know the yardstick we can use to say that Buhari administration have a laudable legacies aside the second Niger bridge he built, and maybe the railway connections he connected between Itabang and then Kaduna, Abuja, and by extension to Maradi. Aside that, every other thing we saw under his watch is something that is not good, that have set us years back. If you recall, it was under his watch that they did us the global Yahoo, where they brought aeroplane from Kenya